Hey guys, and welcome to episode 17 of Football Manager Stand 15 with Aston Villa. It's the 10th of December 2016, and we welcome Chelsea to Villa Park today for today's live commentary. I know it was meant to be the West Brom game, but just completely forgot to record it. I'm sorry, but I found out Chelsea was the next game, so I wasn't too fussed because Chelsea's a big game for the club. And I suppose big game, see how we fare against very good opposition. Since the last episode, for once I can tell you it's been a good month or two since last time out. Last time out you saw us pick up a cruel 2-2 draw against Liverpool where we conceded a last minute equaliser in the 94th minute through Lucas Leiva. It was cruel, it was harsh, but I suppose a point against Liverpool is still not too bad. We then though did lose 3-1 to Middlesbrough. Reece Williams and 2 for Adam Clayton. Divock Origi once again scoring for us, but it was again only in a consolation form. And then finally a bitter form. In the last 6 games we've won 5 and lost just the 1, and that loss did come at the Etihad. We picked up our first league win of the year with a 4-1 win over Swansea. Origi, 2 for Delafeu and Benteke scoring before Hellenius, the former Villa man, grabbing a consolation goal for Swansea. Then travelled to the KC Stadium to face Hull, and Jared Delafeu scored the only goal of the game in the 73rd minute to give us another 3 points. Then it was the Claret and Blue derby even, between Villa and West Ham, which we managed to prevail 2-0. Benteke scored and Delafeu scored again. Benteke also missed a penalty, so we could have won the game 3-0, but in the end it was just 2-0. But I'm very, very happy with that result. We then travelled to the Etihad where we lost 2-0. Samir Nasri and Memphis Depay for Manchester City. Both from corners as well, which is a bit disappointing. Ilar Mendy got sent off late on for a second bookable offence. So I wasn't very happy with that. But 2-0 defeat wasn't great, but, expected really. We then played at home to Arsenal in a big game, and we won 1-0, a fantastic result. Chris Benteke with the only goal of the game in the 39th minute. Injuries for Tom Cleverley and Moy Gomez, but luckily I think both of them are still available for selection today. But an excellent result at home to Arsenal. And then we came to the West Midlands derby away at the Hawthorns against West Brom, and it was a bonkers game because it was 0-0 at half time. We ended up winning the game 4-2. Ilar Mendy, Benteke and 2 for Delafeu for ourselves. Berahino and Bogdan Stanku for them. Delafeu has really come into his own this past month. He's really starting to fire. He's improving well in training as well, and it looks well worth the loan deal we paid for him. Also, if we have a look at him, his contract expires at Barcelona next year. May we be able to snap him up on a free transfer? I don't know. The one I am, though, getting a bit concerned by is Christian Benteke, because he won't sign a new deal either. 26 years old, the Belgian. His contract expires in the summer. But he still won't sign a new deal because he's just got that slight concern, and I'm trying to kind of boost his morale so he gets rid of it, so he'll sign a new fucking deal before some Monaco or something comes in for him. Anyway, if we have a look at just the team stats before we go into the game, Origi's still the top scorer with 7, Delafeu's now got 6, Benteke 5, and 1 each for Ilar Mendy and Moy Gomez. Assists wise, 4 for Pereira, 2 for Delafeu, 2 for Grealish, and then 1 each for Origi, Benteke, Ilar Mendy, Victor Valdez, Cleverley, and Peruzzi. Peruzzi picked up an injury, out for 2 months. He's out now for 6 days and 2 weeks, so he's nearly back, but he was out for 2 months at the initial time of the injury. Top average rating, Delafeu 7.4, Origi 7.16, Balanta 7.09, Okore 7.07, and Vlar 7. Not too bad there. Premier League table, I didn't show that, did I? No, I didn't. Because it's finally looking quite rosy. We're sitting in 13th spot, 17 points. We're nearly in the top half. We're above Liverpool, and we could do a win today is nearly impossible. You would have thought, Chelsea are up there in second place, only 2 behind leaders Manchester United, and Chelsea have won the league twice in a row on this save. Anyway, so we'll head into today's game. The team we've gone for is Valdez in goal. Back four, Loughton, Okore, Balanta and Santon, who's starting to settle in there at left back, which is good to see. Cleverly and Ilarmendi in the centre mids, with Delafeu, Pereira, Origi and Benteke up front. We've stuck with this shape because it's worked really well for us, and we've gone to a more controlling manner, and as you can see with the instructions, we've actually really gone controlling with retained possession and shorter passing rather than the more direct style we used to play. It's quite odd though, because like I just never pictured that actually like going controlling on this with Villa was ever going to work, but it seems to have worked a treat really. And you're kind of going, well, like if Villa tried to control games in real life, it just wouldn't work. Like they just don't have the necessary players. Now the difference is, I suppose, in this game, as Chelsea have an early corner, Ilarmendi with a good tackle. Maria though, Oscar, Hazard, Ilarmendi again in there. But again we lose it. It's a bit scrappy here, it's just kind of going around. Here's Origi. It's a good little run by Origi. Benteke 1-0. Christian Benteke 6th of the season. We're up to 11th. Origi with a good run in, and it kind of scrambles around. It hits Oscar and just manages to rebound back for Benteke, who's able to slot it in, and we take a 1-0 lead at home to Chelsea. And what a shock this might be if we were able to hold on to this. Although we did score after 8 minutes, so there's 82 minutes for Chelsea to make amends here, and they'll look to do so here with Cuadrado. Mandy, Hazard really should have scored. Should Eden Hazard, but he's fired it wide. But they've got a corner here. Now, can we break again, Pereira? No, it's cut out. That was a poor enough pass by Pereira. Really should have set Benteke away. Didn't do so in the end. Here's Diego Costa. Oscar, good save by Valdez. And they'll get another corner out of this though. Thiago Cuadrado heads it over. And it remains 1-0. Jeez, it's a bit... We're already clinging on though. Ilarmendi, Pereira, Benteke though. Pereira, 2-0. Jesus Christ. Roberto Pereira with his first goal of the season. Him linking up with Benteke again. It's really working well, these two. Pereira playing as the shadow striker to Benteke. And it's working a treat. And we are 2-0 up at home to Chelsea. And what a turn up for the Bucks this is turning out to be. Here's Hazard though. Can they sneak a goal back just before half time? And they certainly can. Juan Cuadrado there sneaking in. I don't know where Santon is. He was sucked into the middle rather than staying to his left back spot, and therefore leaves Cuadrado open to slot home. We are still 2-1 up though, so I'm still very happy with our performance in the first half. And like it's really been a turn up for the Bucks today. Us taking the lead and then not only taking the lead but doubling it is just not something I suspect anybody was expecting. But here's Shirley, but Balanta does really well to cover there and tackle. Santon now. Origi, can he go down that left hand flank again? Yes, he certainly can. Benteke, Origi, Pereira 3-1. That is absolute sexy football from ourselves. It starts with Origi down this flank. He gets it to Benteke, who holds it up. Back to Origi, in for Pereira. Bang. 3-1 against Chelsea. Take that, Mourinho. Jesus Christ. Oh no. No. Andre Schürrle immediately gets Chelsea back in this game. Diego Costa going down the wing this time round. He swings it in. Schürrle's on hand, and it's 3-2 already. And they're straight back in this game. I knew Chelsea aren't going to just lie down in this scenario, and they certainly aren't. And they could equalise here. Here's Thiago, Costa, Schürrle, Hazard on the rebound. That was a bit harsh for Victor Valdez. A good initial save, but he couldn't latch on to the rebound. And Hazard gets his 13th of the season, and we're back all square here, unfortunately, at Villa Park. 3-3. Here's Ilarmendi, though. Pereira Of course, scored a brace today. Ilarmendi Pereira, though. We're getting very risky here. Surely hits the bar, and Okore manages to hack it out just in the nick of time. 10 minutes left. 3-3. Like, realistically, I'd take a 3-3 any day of the week, as we're going to make some subs. Origi and Ilarmendi are going to come off for Bravo and Moy Gomez, respectively. Here's Lowton laid on. Delafeu. Penalty! Jesus Christ, it's a penalty. Benteke to win against Chelsea. Please, Benteke. Scores! Get in! Christian Benteke. Take that. Take that. Much lower tempo. Waste now. We'll just leave it at that. Benteke. No ifs or buts this time round. He rifles that into the top corner, and Chelsea are probably regretting now leaving the likes of Fabregas on the bench to start this game. He's just come on there as a last hope, but there's just not enough time, and we have claimed a fantastic 4-3 win against Chelsea. Gee, I hope you enjoyed this video, guys, because that is probably the best game we've played all year. And probably the best game so far in this save in terms of entertainment and just goals in general. And of course the win is just fantastic in the end. It actually makes up for the fact, because I was feeling a little guilty that I didn't live commentate the 4-2 win against West Brom. The 4-3 is much, much sweeter. Anyway, the next time you guys will see me will be the QPR game on the 1st of February. So there's a fair whack of games in amongst them. There's a few winnable games like Burnley, Stoke, Forest. Got Bury in the FA Cup third round, which would be fairly straightforward. But then tougher games like Man U and Spurs. But with the way we're at the moment, I'd trust ourselves against anybody, because we are playing some really nice football. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please do give it a like and subscribe to the channel if you already haven't. See you guys later.